Hey, I'm here to give you feedback on both of your runs. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to DM me directly or ping me in your RIP thread. Wow, what a goofy BT. Double audio, I'm just going to turn that off. This is such a weird island. I don't know if I'd necessarily, like... I mean, obviously there's not any TNT, but it's just like... I don't know. What's the point in the gold shovel craft? Faster gravel, I guess? I don't know, I just really never have liked gold shovel. Gold pick is nice, though. The, like, really unfortunate part about this island split in general is just by how the BT was managed. Or, not managed, but, like, generated. You have, like, very little overlapping. Which kind of sucks. And then the trees were weird. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like you got a little bit of visibility on the island. Well, no, you saw the entire thing, but just not, like, as clean as you could have. And that's just entirely not your fault. This is totally a seed thing. I saw gravel in the distance, so you have a ravine. It's just gonna be a minute. I think you saw it. Yeah, you saw it like right there. Here, I'll rewind it. Keep your eye over here. That little thing that happened right there is gravel falling. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's like a good ravine, but it does mean that there is a ravine. Oh, but then this is just like the realest ravine ever. Keep those. You may need blocks to get up with. Those were doors, no? Yeah. Like, keep that. Two bastions. Nice. I'd definitely be grabbing blocks here on the way over. I wouldn't do it here. I'd get closer to the thing. Because, like, there's a chance that you're just missing out on blocks. Also, there's just terrain there. Like, keeping height here, like, you're gonna go down anyway. This is just, like, flashy movement for flashy movement's sake. Also, just grab more blocks. You can, like, if you just CD skip anywhere and then grab any block, like corner block like this one here, it's just such free blocks. Can I see the fort there? Yes, cool. Well, that's just nice. Oh my god. Okay. Learn how to get blocks better. Right here. CD skip, break them. Or just use the rest of the gold pick. Which, by the way, I actually think is a misplay to use the gold pick just because of how free the CD skip thing is. Because gold pick absolutely shreds in a treasure bastion. Or really any bastion. This is that scenario where that door would have been helpful, by the way. Unnecessary, but helpful. Did we not put on the gold boots? I think that's a mistake. Good eye. Get all the way out of the way. Like, you can throw this from all the way over here into the hole. Like, you should really never take damage once you're up here. But here we are taking damage because we didn't take the proper preventative measures. Like, that guy might not shoot you. Well, probably will, actually. Never mind. That was good awareness for that block. I don't understand what the point of throwing down a single gold is. Because it's like, you can still super easily like organize everything. Okay, I don't think that you need to necessarily play like ranked routes in RSG. Like, this is like just straight up a ranked play because you don't need this gold block. Like, you're wasting overlap time getting this gold block for a bastion. Like, I understand it's treasure, and treasure is like famous for rolling people in RSG, right? But like, the most important resource that you already have 16 of, and home portal isn't that crazy in this bastion. Like, it just feels like you're over grabbing gold, and like you may just be out already. Yeah, like, you're just out here. All of this time that you spent grabbing other stuff, like, you have enough everything. You have fire res. You have, what, almost 2 stacks of pearls. Way more than enough explosives. Like, you're okay. You don't need to waste time, like, grabbing blocks that you don't need to. It's like situational awareness. Rip a pearl. You see the thing. Oh, but you only have 1 salmon. Don't mess with that guy. Like, what's the point? Okay. Nothing there. You had the, like, you could just go. You don't need to wait for that guy and kill that guy. Now you get slow healing because you didn't eat proper. The double critting is just time loss. Like, watch. Okay. We'll just watch this in slow-mo. Okay, mandatory first crit, right? And let's go frame by frame this next one. Kidding. Normal. Okay, this guy here. You could attack starting right here. But now we're just wasting microseconds. Like, you wasted a couple of frames by doing something that you just didn't need to do. Whoops. Wrong setting. Here we go. And it makes your fights slightly slower. Oh, also, not that this is a misplay because I think that crafting materials is always good to do, but you just get the order mixed up. So, when you craft your materials, this is a pretty common thing to run into. You just have a cluttered inventory still. I'll just go back here. When you, like, okay, right here. Like, you have 3 open slots, but, like, you have shit that you could throw out or combine. To where it's just straight up unnecessary to, like, you shouldn't have crafted this stuff first. You should have just thrown out unnecessary shit first. Also, it looks like you're about to blaze bed. I don't see the point in that because you have 5 rods. Like, you could play the rest of the run. Like, blaze bedding is, like, pretty mandatory, except when you're at high rods before you blaze bed. Like, the dynamic or, like, the strays that you picked up on the way just straight up make blaze bedding not necessary. Especially on 5 explosives. Like, you're basically trading blaze bed for 0. Also, this should have been done first. Like, this tower up. I have no idea oh, never mind. You could measure it again. You still have plenty. You also don't need either of these eyes. I guess we're just sending the 40%. We were green boat, right? No. We didn't even do boat eye? Hold on. What? Okay, we didn't even do boat eye, but we fucking still did boat eye. I'm so okay. If you're gonna do boat eye, you need to set up boat eye. So that way this boat right here is green. I don't know what went wrong in this split, but, like, that's incredible to me. I thought that you were just straight up sending a 43% boat eye, but no, you just did the entire thing for boat eye without actually doing boat eye. That's crazy. And it's also like free terrain, like rip pearls here. The copy to clipboard function on Ninja Brain Bot is like super useful after every pearl. Again, we don't really need to be doing this. Also, you have more than 14 obsidian. You can just make the entire thing with obsidian and be totally fine. Gotcha. Yeah, two things with this run chiefly. Like, Overworld was played fine. But, like, the movement pre-Bastion was just really weird for no reason. Like right here, you have, like, this wonderful bridge that you just decide to speed bridge over. I don't get it. And then, like, the CD skip to get blocks. The Bastion was fine, just slower than it could have been. Because, like, definitely a skill in speedrunning is just finding time to do other things, right? And situationally, again, grabbing the gold blocks in the Bastion just didn't make a lot of sense because you had already had, like, 16, I think. Like, definitely over 10, to where it just doesn't warrant grabbing the extra gold because that's your time that you could be using to, you know, craft things, like a bow or beds or, like, organize your inventory, stuff like that, instead of just grabbing cosmetic gold blocks. And then, yeah, just like situational awareness overall for this run. Let's see the PB though. Okay, still with the double audio. Okay, here's a pretty useful hint here. Or not hint, but tip. So, BT spikes could be other things, right? If they're, like, dragging you inland, like, away from a beach, it's not a spike. But the inverse is also true. If it's dragging you out to sea, it's also not a spike, so don't go for it. So this spike is dragging you out to sea, and it seems to have been for a while now. You shouldn't have gone for it. I'd like to see more scanning rather than moving, because we kind of commit pretty hard to this direction without actually checking until we're in the chunk that we thought it was. But earlier scanning would have found this quicker. Okay, I see the vision. I was going to say, why did we take the diamond, but could be actually pretty good there, I guess. Actually, never mind. It just is unnecessary because gold axe is the play here regardless. Unless pig step, that is always a valid play. Okay, it also seems like we're kind of aimlessly wandering here. To where, like, 13:15 is a decent time. However, for future times, like, just keep in mind the pace on what you're going for. Obviously, at 111, this is okay so long as you find a ravine closer. But every second that you're ticking is like blocks you're taking away from how far away that your potential ravine can be. Also, because YouTube compression, I'm just going to trust that you see something and you're not just sending a random direction. Again, with the doors, you may need height for some bastions. This to me looks like housing. Or it seems like it's housing. Maybe treasure, but it's definitely one of the two. Do you not just have... I'm pretty sure you have up terrain here. Like, over here? Or do you not even check for it? No, you don't really have terrain. Oh, Jesus, is this basalted? You could have jumped that. Like, your terrain nav in general is just, like, really weird and, like, overly conservative at some times. Needlessly aggressive others. And it's bridge. That's weird, it didn't seem like that high of a spike. High up of a spike, but... Okay, nitpicky as hell, but how are we mining this chalice? It just seems kind of mindless at the moment. There's no way that we're doing DK here, right? This is like really hard forcing a route that just doesn't need to be. Or like also could have been prepared for slightly better. You want to break this gold block as close to the ramparts as you can so that way you can possibly suck more pigs into this. Because like you're going to break a gold block over here regardless, right? Nice awareness on the, oh dear. Does he realize the crafting table is in the thing? This could be tragic. Yeah. Situational awareness, for sure. I'm curious to see how that explosive deal is going to go now. It's totally fine if you eat here, by the way. You're about to take damage. Nice pearl, though. Jesus fucking Christ, you didn't even you have no reason to dynamic. You have fucking blazes in your face and a spawner. Like, it is so unbelievably okay not to, like, dynamic here. It's insane. Like, every one of these blazes that you've killed so far and have seen have just been on your screen. You have 4 rods as well. Possibility for 6. No, that guy just spawned. That's crazy. Yeah, like, you didn't even need to do dynamic there. That's just fucking mental. Are you just sending to the ring? Under lava pearls would go crazy here. Unless this is just where you're going to build the portal. Oh. Home portal. Makes sense. That's actually really good directional awareness. Or luck. One of the two. Okay, now that you have boat eye enabled, why are we not doing it? Okay. Here's some tech. Soul Sand bubble column, except put Soul Sand on top of magma, so that way it just replaces the bubble column immediately, and you don't have to do any of this. Like, you could just immediately set your hotbar up. There you go. And here's where I'm interested to see how you, like, handle the explosives situation. I wouldn't have eaten there. I don't think it's like super necessary. I think a death reset in the portal room would have been better for you. Also, you're just at like the appropriate depth. Like you don't need to get this deep. Like really ever. More often than not, it'll snap to the stronghold. Like anywhere between 40 and 45 is just totally fine. You don't need to go quite all the way down to 30 if you're going to do a thin preemptive reading. You need wood, sir. Oh, dear God. Okay. Here we go. Let's see it. Okay, we're just gonna go with 4 explosives. When we have a library behind us, like right there, or not right there, my bad, hold on. We have a library right there and the portal room's right here, right? Not to mention we just straight up organized organized our crafting table out of our inventory. But because of that, we don't have 0. Pre-place the anchor. Okay. Especially for low explosive end fights like this pre-placed anchor becomes like pretty mandatory in my opinion because it will do 2 things, like 2 big things. Well, really 3. 1, it'll, if the dragon's height is correct, you can explode it in the dragon's head hitbox and deal even more damage to the dragon, which is obviously critical in low explosive end fights. The other thing is that it will height fix the dragon. So if you see that it's not like 4 bettable height, you can explode the anchor early or late, and it'll fix the height for the dragon to make your beds deal more damage as well. And also, if something happens, because it looks like to me you're a bit nervous right now, if you're not and you're just like making like super shaky decisions, that's okay. But to me you look nervous right now. So who's to say that you don't accidentally look at an Enderman or misread the perch or something like that, and then all of a sudden you have to like explode a bed in an unoptimal set, like at an unoptimal time just to like complete the end fight. Having a pre-crafted and pre-placed anchor there is just better for that. Because it's just like you can click that while you're on the way to the fountain and you'll be totally fine. Okay, don't do this either. If you type during end fights or anything, there's a chance that you hit your reset button I've seen like no less than 4 runners do that this month alone. This is a really bad habit that you need to break immediately. I don't know what your reset button is, but your finger could slip or some shit. This also just isn't good for the mental. Nice explosion or nice damage there, even though I do really think that you could have 4-betted with that anchor there and saved even more time in this end fight. But like through both of these runs, I think the thing that you have to work on is your situational awareness. And the way that you do that is 2 ways. One, like slowing down in runs, but 2, just playing out more situations so that way you can see how you like react to them, right? I think ranked is a good thing for this. I think ARSG would be a good way to do this as well. Basically any way that you can find to where you can get more runs in. The other thing is just like terrain decisions. Like all of this has been super weird. Well, not all of this, but like a lot of the decisions that you made when you're just like moving between structures in the nether, again, just weird to me. I don't know.